We are live. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver in the whole wide world. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right, we'll move that. There we go. Save. All right. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben here for the daily. What the pluck is going on in cryptocurrencies? My friends, it is absolutely an amazing day. It's Wednesday, which means tonight we have the 3 hour private server show. And for my good friend over here on the private server, Rob, I love you, brother, but I gotta be me. I gotta be me. I gotta be me. And I gotta quit singing. Rob says, Ben, I love you, but can you please stick to business like you do on X22 and stop talking about personal stories not pertaining to Bitcoin? Also, you're terrible at math. Oh, I agree. I I was never a good student. I never good at being indoctrinated. I mean educated. Love you, Rob. No. I completely understand what Rob means. All right. When I'm on X22, he has to limit me to about an hour because I'll just ramble. I think the first show, right? The first show we have that I ever recorded with X22, it went for like an hour and 50 minutes. It was like one of the longest um, interviews he'd ever done. At the end of it, he's like, that was a whirlwind of knowledge. Right? When I do my own show all by my lonesome, my problem is I have so many thoughts in my head at once that I'll squirrel off. Right? When I when I'm actually doing an interview, it helps because they kind of keep me on the road. Right? When I'm by myself, it's basically putting a kid in a candy store and saying, now make sure you eat your veggies. It don't work out so well, but I will try. Oh, let's pretend I'm doing an episode. Rob, are you still there? Rob, if you're there, all right, we're going to role play. Usually only do this with my wife. But Rob and I are going to role play. All right? Rob, you pretend you're Dave at X22, and I'll pretend that we are in we are we are doing an interview. All right. So Rob, you ask me a question. I'll put the question up here. Then I'll answer it. All right. You ready? All right. You come up with your first question. All right. Here's Rob. Now, while we're waiting for Rob to come up with a question, Right? Don't get me wrong. I am MAGA. Absolutely. All the way. And agree with virtually everything you say. I just don't get into the emotions of price predictions and absolutely. I got you, brother. I got you. All right, now, while we're waiting on Dave, to ask me a question to keep me in line, let's talk about the new system. All right, in about a half hour, we're going to watch an interview with a guy named Jeff Booth. Right? Jeff Booth perfectly lays out the choice that you guys have to make. Right? This January, here it is. This January 13th and 14th, all right, we are having an event here at the club in Sarasota. It's called the Founders Event. Now, the Founders are a group of investors and entrepreneurs that I work with, and we are growing businesses together. This Founders Group event, what I'm going to do, right, is people at the Founders event, I'm going to interview, because as we grow the clubs, we're going to need educators, remote educators for each of the clubs, right? For the whole network of clubs. And what I want is I want people to come to the Founders Group and say, Ben, I want a job. I want a job in Bitcoin. I want to earn money in Bitcoin. I want to earn Bitcoin. We are going to be hiring for that. And people who show up at the Founders Group event, those are the serious people. Right? I tried this a while back, like a few years ago, and it didn't work because I just put it out to people. I had hundreds of people like, oh yeah, I want to do this. This is great. This is fun. 98% of them never follow through. So how can I create a system on unreliable people? That's why, listen to me, folks. If you want a job in Bitcoin, right? Question, Mike D, what are some of the prerequisites? That's a big word for this job. Well, number one, you're going to have to be into cryptos, into Bitcoin, knowledgeable. Now, all right, we're going to test you. We're going to educate you and test you. You're going to get a CALIX Solutions certificate of education. That means you're going to have to come back to Florida. Oh, I know the struggle's real. And you're going to have to take a 3-day class with Patrick from CALIX Solutions. And I warn you now, folks, Patrick is not a pushover teacher. You're going to pass or fail this class. But he's going to educate you for 3 days. Then you're going to have a finals exam. And if you pass it, you get a certificate. And then we know that you know what you need to know for the certificate. And then we can put you on the club's websites as a recommended consultant. And folks, there's going to be a lot of people needing some consultization. That's a word. It should be. All right. And no, Rick, there will not actually be a prom afterwards. What about those of us who can't make it to Florida? You might have to wait a while until we have one of the classes at another location, like one closer to you, I guess. But we only have 12 seats in the class. That's it. So, because Patrick doesn't want, nope, you cannot do it online. This is Patrick's rules, not mine. All right? We only have 12 seats available in the class because we're going to match it with our rate of growth. And Patrick is not going to offer it online. He wants your full attention here at the club for the whole class. For 3 days, you're going to be in a class with Patrick. But then you get the certificate. And then Robert John, hey Ben, is there a charge for the class? Yes, I don't know what yet. I don't know what. It isn't going to be outrageous. It's just, right? It's educating and certifying that you know what the fuck you're talking about. Because we can't have you as a consultant and going, well, Bitcoin is kind of cool. No. But that leads me to the rest of this. Right? Once we leave the UB tubes for today, right? Once we're off UB tubes and we're just on the private server, right? We're going to watch this interview. How can you apply for the class? That's not available yet. Right? But at the Founders Group event, you'll be able to sign up for the class then. So those at the Founders Group event, now that means if you're watching the Founders Group event online, you can sign up for the class the day of the Founders Group event. We'll have a link ready for that. There you go. Right now, I'm telling you, folks, as you watch this interview and you hear Jeff Booth explain what's going on in Africa, what's going on in South America, what's going on across the world right now, it's going to blow your mind how quickly this is going, right? That there are companies in cryptos. There are mining companies in crypto. If you're in the mining, there are mining operators that are hiring people. Listen to me, folks. There are mining operations. In fact, if you're on the private server tonight, I'm doing an interview with a guy who runs a mining company. They mine Bitcoin. These places are hiring. This is going to be one of the biggest transitions of labor ever, because this is the split, everybody. The old system is dying. Why is it dying? The brain drain. Listen to me when I say this. The CEO of BlackRock has been red pilled. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? Then why is the SEC going after BlackRock for ESG shit? See, they can't. They're trapped, folks. They're trapped in a conundrum. The CEO of BlackRock has been red pilled and orange pilled. Remember his quote from CNBC: I will never say ESG again, ever. He got red pilled, folks. Remember the CEOs. A lot of the CEOs are just puppets of the board of directors. But when you're the CEO of BlackRock, you know how much money that son of a bitch has got. He has you money. If BlackRock's board of directors fired him, You know, he knows where all the bodies are buried. In some cases, literally. This is why the governments and the board of directors of a lot of these major corporations are locked in. They're locked in with the government. That's why they're weaponizing all of the laws. Because now these corporations, they're having brain drain. Just this morning, on Bloomberg, the pharmaceutical industry is in full panic. Why? Because they're not getting their money. Because of generics. They don't have the leverage of the law anymore. The House of Representatives took it away. So now they're in full panic. The pharmaceutical companies are being eaten by the decentralizing natural health, by the small little companies. See, for the last 100 years, folks, we've had a centralizing global structure. Now, the pieces, so for the last 125 years, we've had whales eating all of the food. Whales eating the little fish. The Walmarts eating the mom and pops. Well, guess what, folks? The mom and pops are back. And the mom and pops are digital. The mom and pops are blockchain. The mom and pops are crypto projects. The mom and pops are the Bitcoin bin crypto clubs. The mom and pops are the El Salvadors. And they're eating away at the corporations. They're taking their talent. They're taking the smart people out of the corporations. They're red pilling the CEO. The CEOs are getting orange pilled. They're leaving the system. The system is dying, but all the system can do is what the system was created to do, which leads to their destruction only faster. The more the Fed prints money, the more the Bitcoin grows. The more legislation they try to push through, the only thing they're pushing is the curtain away. The government thinks they're taking control, when in reality, the more they push, the more we see. So they push We see a little bit more of the man behind the curtain. They push some more. Trump's not allowed to be on the in the election in Colorado. Really? You think that shit's gonna fly? No. You know how many people would write his name in? You can't stop the movement. This is a tsunami of freedom. This is a tsunami of not giving up anymore. This is a tsunami away. Because, see, let me describe it, folks. Think about a tsunami. What happens with the tsunami? What's the first thing you notice with the tsunami? It isn't the wave rushing in. It's the wave rushing out. That's the equivalent of the talent drain from the old system. All of the energy is being sucked away from the beach. And the lifeguards and all of the people at the beach are like, seems to be something going on around here. Then, at the right moment, at the right time, all of a sudden, and then all at once, here comes the wave. Watch the water. It's sucked out. And then this, January 1st, is when you start to see the wave. Just this morning, one of our lovely representatives put out a tweet. First thing in January, they're releasing all the names of the Epstein flight logs to the island. What? January 8th, the first group of ETFs go live. My friends, welcome to the revolution. Welcome to the wave of freedom that every single mother plucker watching this damn show has been begging for. You're about to get your wish, pumpkin. It's going to be a wave of decentralized energy that no one can even wrap their heads around yet. Yes, yes. Listen to me, folks. This is the end of Bitcoin for the average Joe. Brother, let's take a moment. Yes. Prior to, you have what? Hang on. You have about a week and a half. You have about a week and a half. Get you some Bitcoin. There's a link under here. Folks, you have people. I'm going to say something. I'm going to make a call right now. Somebody get a hold of Cliff High. I'm making a call. Cliff High's $100,000 Bitcoin Christmas call is going to be his most accurate call ever. There are people waiting while everyone else is having Christmas, enjoying the lovely Christmas with their families. There were going to be people buying up freaking Bitcoin while nobody is looking. Nobody's going to be watching MSNBC. Nobody but us are going to be watching Bitcoin. No one's going to be watching CNN for the latest breaking financial news. All right. Everyone watching on YouTube, there's a link that I pinned to the top of the chat. That's the link to the private server. You want to watch the rest of this episode? You want to figure out what Jeff Booth is talking about? You want to see if I take off all my clothes and run around nude in front of the camera? I'm joking about the last part, or am I? Damn, I am. Click the link and join the private server. It's under the video and it's pinned at the top of the chat. And it's right here. The QR code right here. Point your camera at it and it will take you right to it. All right, word from the sponsor, and then we're dropping YouTube. Be right back.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from CALIX Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from CALIX Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calixsolutions.io.
And we're back. Don't worry, guys. I'm not really going to get nude. Let's see. Someone says, this isn't playing on FGTV? It should be. Everything's hooked up. Let me check a file real quick. Hold, please. Shooby-dooby-doo. Oh. Shooby-dooby-doo. Shooby-dooby-doo. That's weird. Interesting. Let me check a file real quick. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on 1 second. Oh, it should be. Very strange. I will repost this on FGTV. I apologize. All right, YouTube, you go bye-bye. Join the private server, everybody. Link under here. Or this thing with you. Bye-bye, YouTube. Oop. It's one of those mornings, folks.